What's going on, everybody? It's Childish. We're back at the game, coming at you with episode 5 of our Let's Play series. Again, this is Soul Strike Contour's newest game out there. This is their idle hack and slash RPG, and we've been doing it big, bringing you guys a Let's Play series from the last week or so here, showing you guys the ins and outs of this game as I progress. Now, again, I want to give you guys credit where credit is due. I'm actually surprised at the small growth that I'm seeing over the couple of last videos here, so thank you guys so much for that. I really do appreciate it. In today's video, what are we going to be focusing on? We're going to be focusing on the skills of the unit. If you guys remember in the previous video, we focused on the allies and the things that they're providing in the mix when it comes to this. But now I want to focus on our main character, of course, and his skills. Skills going to be the big counterpart, but I am going to talk about it a little bit in the character screen. So if you guys are not familiar with that screen, you guys kind of know what's kind of going on here. But anyways, fam, before I get into the video, you guys already know what I got to do. I got to leave you guys some love. Thank you guys so much for your support. As always, fam, if you want to see more Soul Strike content down the road, you all know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, hit the notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Again, our current character screen, this is the classes that we currently have. We're going to be diving into a little bit more, but essentially what I've been doing, I've been utilizing the highest grade one possible right now, which is my Druid. Again, for just providing the straight amount of attack and basic attack damage when I leveled up here. If I compared this 4-star, class whatnot to a 1-star counterpart like this monk, even if I were to level it out, I still would not have the overall value that could be had here. So I haven't really focused on the lower grade classes right now. I've just been focusing on the upper grade, utilizing the best ones that I have. And the one right now has been the Druid here. But I don't really want to focus too much on that. I do want to focus on this because I know this is going to be coming up for you guys that are in the hundreds range for the guide missions. We now have the tribute screen that's going to provide you some additional damage. Again, these can provide anywhere from basic attack damage to HP to attack speed to defense, to the HP recovery, just more ways of providing some additional stats for you. And so naturally, you're going to be finishing out this. And of course, once you hit specific milestones, providing yourselves a specific level of the Steel of Records and the Shelter, you'll be able to take a look at different tribute trees that you can provide even more damage. So what I'm going to do for you all is I'm just going to level this one up here all the way, because this is the one that provides the most attack percentage for me. Again, I'm trying to do as much damage as possible, and of course I will be able to get more points down the road so I can get myself some good stuff. Now, one of the things that I always love to do here, I got to do them, I think I got to keep it going here on the channel, is the soul parts, which is actually something that I haven't talked about, the soul sphere here. So soul sphere currently at level 7. This is one of the things that go up every single time we do our summons. Again, the soul summon is that purple kind of orb in there. Over time we're collecting that resource that fills up, and then we have an opportunity to get ourselves a very unique item here. And as you guys can see, depending on what level of the soul sphere you have, it's going to determine what level, what grade of that soul part you're going to be potentially do. So if you take a look at the stats right now on currently what we're at with regards to level 7, we're generally going to get a whole lot of common, uncommon, and rare. But again, every once in a while we will get that epic, we will get that legendary. So very excited to see what kind of things we had. And I'll tell you right now, only been playing the game for 5 days, and I've seen at least 6 to 7 legendary pieces. And again, it's not like we've done a ton of these soul sphere summons here. So it's kind of nice to know that 3% feels a whole lot more. Again, coming from Scummers or Skyrita, 3% chance feels like $1 million right now. So again, as far as what I'm choosing right now, I don't really focus on this all too much. I'll probably be making this like fodder, like just regular fodder material. So I'm just looking at some of the items that could be coming in, and look at that, 3%, and we got ourselves a legendary face, which is funny because I don't think we have a legendary face, so we'll have to take it. So I guess the question remains, when you're given this opportunity to do it, you will notice that while you may get yourself a legendary item that has a lot of combat power, you will notice that some of these substats on those items are not really up to par, right? I got a B grade, I got a D grade, not really great. But if we take a look at the current item that we may have and the value that it provides, we may find that this particular one just finds that brings our overall combat power so much higher that it's just overall like the best choice that we could do. So we'll take a look at that real quick. I just want to go and level this up here. Shouts out the contest for always trying to get my money. Sitting there like, hey, you got the upgrade. Let me see if you want to get a little bit more. Okay, I appreciate you. Getting back to it here. Let's do this last one, then we'll take a look at that item that we got legendary. Okay, nothing there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on my inventory here. So here we are with the soul parts. Again, I think it was a face that we got. Again, if you take a look here on the main screen, it shows you which things that you got was new. So taking a look at the face that we got right now, 3,000 combat power, providing HP recovery percentage as well as all elemental boosts. You know, take a look at this one here. It is a little bit lower. I mean, even if it was a higher combat power, I don't even think I would go for it, because again, the substats kind of scream, keep me, childish, keep me, on that lovely teenager face. Kind of a weird thing to say, but it is the name of the face, right? So all elemental boosts, that sounds ridiculously strong. And then of course, HP recovery, 25%. That sounds really, really strong as well. So I will gladly take that, even though the other one has higher HP recovery. The other one has better combat power, but the all elemental boost, I think, is going to be paramount when you come into some harder stages in the game. So we're going to be holding into that one already. So again, let's take a quick second here to go back to the forum screen, because I want to be focusing on the skills today, in addition to what we've already talked about. So similar to the allies, right? We have allies that have specific abilities, specific, unique effects or whatnot. Of course, the skills that we got available are going to provide a specific type of damage. It may take a certain amount of damage over time. And they also have some unique effects, as well as, they're able to be evolved as well here. So, some of the things that we're taking a look at here, a lot of AoE abilities. We have a lot of, single target abilities, some clone type abilities. We have abilities that's just going to just straight up restore a certain amount of mana for you, so you can go ahead and cast. You have abilities that are going to provide, like I said, cone-like abilities, AoE type abilities. We got a defensive ability that's lightning armor. This is one of the ones that I used initially here. A way it provided that defense increase here, a little bit more mitigation, as well as some additional damage as well. So take note that even though these may be a little bit more on the supportive side, you will notice that some of those unique effects drastically change. Some provide HP recovery, some provide a little bit of skill damage here. I mean, there's a lot of value that can be had on these ones here, and you just never know which one's going to be the best one for you until you look at like everything that comes into play here, right? So take a look at this one, mana boost, right? I don't know if this one is like one of those like super meta ones here, but this one here says every 6 seconds consumes your mana to deal 80% tag of additional damage on a basic attack. Doesn't seem like a whole lot here, but it does increase the critical rate by 20% for the skill duration if you get it evolved. So I don't know if that's one of those super strong things here, because I don't know if you guys saw when you're leveling up your character in the upgrade here, when it comes to your overall critical rate, I mean, again, we're way down here, but take a look at that, the critical rate bonus versus like the critical damage bonus. Like we're gonna take this up to 700-ish or whatnot, so you can see it, like 7% critical rate versus 75% critical damage. Like I feel like the value of the critical rate, it's gonna take a while to come over time. Maybe it's set up that way because they don't want you to cap off on your critical rate super early. But if we're talking about an ability here that provides an additional 20% critical rate coming out of the gate when you get that thing evolved, like that sounds like $1 million to me too. That sounds really good. But again, right now, I will say this: we have only, out of all the skills we have one ability that is currently a legendary skill, and this one here does massive amounts of damage around the area. But the cool thing about it is it has that AoE ability, but it has that tacked on burn effect that's going to be provided as well. It's not a very high burn effect, but it is a good amount here. And again, not only is the grade or the quality of the damage good on the legendary skill, but the value of the unique effects when it's maxed out or when it's at this level versus level 45 ability on a rare or an epic one, we're going to see a lot more benefit for that on that particular higher grade. So yeah, it's definitely very important, obviously, to use your highest quality skills, but you still got to take a look at the elements. You still got to take a look at the unique effects that it provide. There's a lot of things going on here. And again, if I haven't said it in a previous video, if you look at the forum, click on the question mark here. These are going to be the 4 elements that we got going on: water, fire, earth, and wind. Obviously, they'll tell you which ones are stronger than the other, but they do have one element here, the physical type, which has no efficacy towards the element. So it's kind of neutral, right? If you think about Summon Sword Sky Arena, it's kind of like a light and dark one where it's kind of neutral towards all elements here, but it doesn't have any added beneficial effects, even on the positive side. So it's kind of one of those things that, you get it, it's going to provide you value in more situations than one. But I feel like coming up in this game right now, I haven't seen a whole lot of physical abilities that have been provided for me outside of the ones that I have equipped right now. So I'm just taking advantage of what I have, and then down the road, I'll probably play around with it, fix, kind of focus on certain ones here, because I feel like the game is going to really challenge us with elemental advantages versus disadvantage. Like there's going to be situations to where you really can't get away with a win unless you have a heavy amount of fire-like skills, a heavy amount of single target skills. They're going to be making you focus on specific things. That's my take on it. We'll have to wait and see what they decide to do. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So again, to finish off the video, we're going to go back to the summons here. And like we did in the previous video, we're not going to be focused on class. We're not going to be focused on allies. We're going to focus on the skill summons here. And as you guys can see, I have 780 skill summons here. Quite a bit of skill summons, I may add. Why is that? Because we've been doing all of our events. We've been turning in all of our codes. So make sure that if you guys haven't done it already, go on over here, check the events, see what kind of free rewards you got, but also go to the notice, check the events here, take a look at those collab codes, and when you get those codes, come on down over here, enter that promo code, go back to your mailbox, and it will be available for you right here. Okay. So again, let's go back to it. Let's see what we got going on. I'm gonna do some summons here, and I'm feeling about. You know what? We're gonna turn it up a little bit. I'm feeling about 500. I'm gonna do my free ones here. We're gonna do 500, which again, to this day, I still haven't gone ham when it comes to this. I've actually kind of hold back because when it comes to your guide missions, you are constantly asked to do a specific amount of summons. So if you're one of those people out there that summon every single thing you got, you might get to a guide mission. It might be stuck because you don't have the resources to do it. So we're gonna do the big 300 summon. Wait a minute, was that 300 summons? Wait a minute. Oh, okay, I get it. So if you guys see here, you got all the, basically they tell you how many copies of each one you got here, so it doesn't like take up the whole screen. If we just do 30, you know, all the duplicates will kind of show, but if we do 300, it will show the amount of copies for each specific one on this one here. So again, that was pretty much it. That was about 500 of it. Again, it's kind of funny. We say, yeah, it's 500 summons, but it took no time at all. But as you guys can see, we got the level 4 here on the skill summons, and what do we get? We got ourselves a new ability, Glacial Gust. We're going to take a look at this too, because I feel like this is one of the ones that are going to be added to my lineup. Again, the game is pretty good about choosing what you need to do. So if you go over here and you go to auto form, as you guys can see, it did switch out one of my skills and abilities for this one here. This is like, say, hey, you know what? This one's a pretty good one. This one's a higher grade. Maybe you should go ahead and utilize this one as well. So let's take a look at it. Summons a Glacial Gust for 8 seconds. This Glacial Gust chases a random energy and does damage. 57% attack to all enemies in the vicinity every 20. So it chases the enemy, then does that AoE. Very interesting. Yeah. Okay. So it kind of, it's AoE, like not a true AoE, but AoE in a specific direction, right? So is this better than, you know, some of the other abilities here? It's hard to say. But I mean, like I said, I'll level it up to like level 40. I got my other abilities here at level 40. We'll take a look to see how much value it has for right now here. But again, we're gonna take note on, you know, when we get down the road here, once we get some of those higher grade abilities, I'm gonna showcase for them. We're gonna show you guys some gameplay with them, and then we'll go ahead and like I said, you know, figure out which one's the best and kind of go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, we are gonna be just clicking over here, taking this boss down, because I feel like I upgraded my character quite a bit. As you guys can see, it was a cakewalk here. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for your support. Again, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. You can always reach out to me, childish402@gmail.com. Appreciate you guys all as well. Thanks again for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Take care.